Great. My name is Nuno Castainca. I bought 4 digital downloads, I think it was, for $25 a piece. And this car caught my eye. I think the last time you guys did one was like 5 years ago. It was like a blue on gold. This is the car I wanted as a kid when I was in high school. So the car is now in my driveway. So it's pretty neat. I actually came across you guys via a Facebook link, believe it or not. And I do other car giveaways like 8080. So there's a bunch of other car giveaways. Tuner Cult. So you guys used to have some funny merch, or Save the Manual shirts. So I bought some of that merch years ago. I think I've been buying stuff since 19. Again, when you had that other STI. I had built an STI in 2020 during COVID. So that's kind of how the connection came to the JDM world, was the Subaru, right? And then you guys have done MR2s and other stuff. So every once in a while I peek in, I get the texts and I get the emails and I take a peek, look at the car and say, not for me. And when it's for me, I jump in and get a chance to win a car. I'm like, who wouldn't, for just some cool merch? So yeah, so my dad's a mechanic by trade. So as a kid, like, first thing I ever did as a kid was go monkey around with cars. The STI stuck because I was a Volkswagen guy, or I'm like a German car guy. And WRX that year, the 04 year, I graduated high school in 03, right? So the 04 year cars came out. I was just in college, and they would go out and whoop cars on the weekends, just whooping them. And I was like, my good God, I want one of those. And I just could never afford to get one. So it just never happened. And a couple years ago, I could afford to get one, and I started looking for an old blue one, and they were a lot of money. And I was like, I'm not getting, a 20-year-old car for the same price as a new one. I ended up getting a new one, but just didn't fit like family lifestyle. Or I ended up having more kids and just didn't fit the lifestyle. So I got rid of it and then got a more adult car over time. But I've always been a car guy. I love cars. It's like probably one of my greatest passions is doing that, monkeying around with it on the weekend with the kids, with my dad, things like that. So it's definitely something that's in my genes. My initial pop-up on my phone, right, is because you guys send texts all the time, right? And it comes in that same series of group texts. And it said, like, hey, this is not, and I just kind of scanned on my phone, it's not a joke, you won this. And I'm like, oh, I must have, like, this is definitely a scam. So I just left my phone off to the side, and I was on a call like I am now. And my phone just sits like right in front of me. And I saw the message, you get a brief message on the iPhone, it pops up. I was like, whatever. And I went on, and then I got the second text. It was like, hey, this is not a prank. Like, you actually won, and you had my name in the text. They knew, this is PrimeDriven. This is not a joke. You did win. Da da da. And I was like, no way. I didn't believe it. And then you said, hey, can you chat? Right? And I was like, oh my God, this is real. So I was like, how does this work? Like, you and I went through the logistics. Like, how does it even work? Like, how do you get the car? Like, how do you get it to us? Right? And we kind of did all the coordination. Thankfully, I'm in Jersey, right? So it's easy to get the car here. But we went over it, and then, I don't know, not even a week later, the car was at my house. Not even a week. It was like 5 days, 6 days, and the car was at my house. So tow truck came, put it right in my driveway. And I went to DMV yesterday and got it registered. No, I got a lot of messages from people, not negative. You guys actually told me when we first spoke, like, hey, you're going to get a lot of negative messages from people. And I was getting messages from people I haven't talked to in 20 years, that I grew up with, being like, dude, you won that car. It's so cool. I didn't even know they were buying for these sweepstakes, right? It's like, oh, I saw you won. That's so awesome. I had some guy from California message me, like, dude, oh my God, that was my dream car too. Like, so cool. Enjoy it. So it's interesting. So we'll see how long she lives in the stable, but for now, I'm excited to have her for the summer. The shop that built my other STI, Precision Tuning, I just literally messaged the guy like, hey, got this car. He's like, you're kidding me. I said, no, I'm not kidding you. I won this car, and we were talking about it. He's like, what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. He's like, send it down to me. Let me go over it, and then we'll go through. He knows what I like and don't like in cars, right? But the car is quick. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely tuned to all that 500 you say that it's tuned to. It moves, and it's fun though. It's hard to describe. So I'm gonna take it through and kind of personalize it to what I like. You know what I mean? Like, so change the exhaust, change the tune a little bit on it, and just dial it into my likings and put it in the stable, right? And then drive her around. And it's all-wheel drive, as everybody knows. So it's a great winter car. Not sensible, but it's, you know, it's fine. I've driven STIs in the wintertime. They were amazing cars. So, you know, creature habits. I need to get Apple CarPlay. You know, that's it. That's really all the car needs, in my opinion, is exhaust and Apple CarPlay. Yeah, no, the kids love it. The kids love it. They were sad I got rid of the other STI. Well, when I got home, you know, Brian sent it with like a dummy plate on it just so I could tow it, just in case they gave him a hard time. The tow guy ended up being a car guy too. So he was like super. He's a VW head. So me and him were talking cars for a while. He was super nice. Brought the car down. I had lift. You know, I had ramps in the garage, so like we were able to ramp the car off. And he was like, "Dude, this is great." And we were just talking for a little bit, and then me and him went for a rip in it in the neighborhood. I mean, and we took it for a drive around the block, and me and him were just talking. And I got home, and I took the kids around the corner, and then I just had to wait for an appointment at DMV, and went to DMV. Get to DMV, the computers were down. I was like, "Come on, you got to be kidding me!" So I ended up running into somebody that I knew. Me and him were joking for a little bit. We sat together for a little bit, and the systems came on after about 20 minutes. And you know, I was there for about an hour and got my plates and everything, and put plates on it. Ordered my license plate, STI license plate holder I used to have. I ordered a new one, came in, put it on with the plate, and that's it. She's rocking. So that's it. This weekend we'll be putting in the new head unit. Already ordered that too. I ordered that once I won it. I just went online. I was like, all right, 04 STI, you know, whatever. Bought it from whatever Subi Speed or whatever website it was, and it's getting shipped to the house. It should come in today. And over the weekend, I'll take the console apart with my kids, and we'll wire up Apple CarPlay for Dad. 1000% real. You know, this is not a gimmick. I didn't believe it either. People I told to didn't believe. My wife didn't believe it. I had to show her the sweepstakes certification sheet that I have to sign. You know, when you win the car, you got to sign a certificate saying, like, you're getting this car. You understand that, you know, if it's whatever, dinged and dented, like, this is what it is, right? There's some wording in it. And I mean, unless it's fake, unless you guys are going to come repo it from me. DMV had no liens on it, right? Like, there's no liens at DMV. It's registered. I paid the tax on it, and the car is in my name. So unless this is some crazy, unless you guys are amazing magicians at pranking people, I don't know how you legally do that. The car is here, and I'm driving it, so it's definitely real.